every year's a little bit different. It's just been a nice sort of environment to have a change, to, you know, just to mix things up a bit and to feel the energy that comes off Kerr is palpable.
I remember a Tuesday afternoon when Ross called me and his words were, "Do you want to be the next leading drummer at Boghall and Bathgate?" And that was a moment where I was like, wow, probably the best moment in my life yet. Definitely the best moment in my life.
A change is always exciting, you know, probably because you don't know fully if it's going to go to be successful straight away, or if it's going to take, how long it's going to take, and how things will get bedded in terms of Kerr settling into the role and also the guys taking to him.
Especially when there's a new change, the winter is extremely important to try and get your ideas and points across from a playing point of view, especially. So in the winter we had rudiment sheets out and fanfares, but within that, the principles of how I believe certain things should be played were all coming across, and it was trying to get everyone familiar with those different things.
He actually doesn't have to say too much to get his point across because he's so respected, and that's quite incredible at such a young age. So it's been really interesting to see him sort of settle into that role, but he brings a real calmness with him and a confidence without an ego, which is pretty rare, I'd say.
Really good, really happy and confident for the weekend. Just need to keep it going. It's always easier with the pipers inside as well. So, well, I think we just need, the biggest thing that I've been trying to do over the winter is dynamic range, playing low and high stuff. So if we do that, we can go and win. That's the aim. Go and win.
The new guys have settled in really well, is the short answer. I think the time when guys first come in, there's always going to be little nuances in the style, and you're hoping that that is ironed out in the winter months. And certainly when you feel the way that the plane's going now, that has happened. So the guys are doing great. Okay, guys. Okay. Switch on. Start to finish. Very good. Then it's got a lot of energy about it, and it's taken us a long time to get to that point where it's got that forward motion, okay? We just lock in together all the time. It's really exciting. Very good. Look, I'm happy. Grand.
Cool. Stairs, drawers, upstairs. Right, listen, Sunday, I'm really excited about it. The band's been going outstanding. I want everyone there 12:30. Nice and early, we'll get the drums set up properly. I want everyone to turn up full focus, okay? Turn up best version of yourself. We're not going into Saturday hoping that it goes well. We need to go in there knowing that it's going to go absolutely bang on, okay? I'm so confident. So confident we're going to nail it, okay? If there's one thing I can say, all the preparation's been done. See if there's any roughness in the circle, there's wee bits, wee mistakes, fine, but do one thing. Excite the audience. How do we do that? Big dynamic range snare drummers, tenor drummers, conviction.
Positive, really good.
Yep.
Goes in a good place. And the people that have come in are just as good as the folks that
Absolutely, yeah.
will get stronger.
Wee mistakes, fine, can't be helped. Because I believe in every single one of you that you're going to get in the effort. You have done up until now. So everyone turn up on it when we're on the park, 7 minutes of focus.
When did you get home last night?
24?
Yeah. Probably worth saying that was for a gig, not because he was out.
No, I had a gig last night and it was a very nice wedding. And I get back at 20 to 4 in the morning.
Yes, but you didn't need to be there.
Yes, I did.
Have you planted flowers?
No, they just. I did need to be there.
They allow.
With 2 bands out, I was actually on the pipes last night.
Yes.
Hey, the tool bag. Beginning of a new era. Beginning of a new era. You know, so it's about time you make a statement, you make a mark, you begin with intent. Intent begins with preparation. Early to bed.
Oh, shut up.
Good job.
That's my bag in the front.
Good job. Aye. Steady rain there.
Game plan. Well, all the preparation has been done. So we just got to go out there, relax, get all the tuning done, and just enjoy ourselves.
Coffee, tea, and rolls.
Good man. Are you the Gourock Scout?
No, first Gourock.
Oh, you're the first Gourock. Right. The Gourock Scouts used to have a pipe band.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Cup of tea for me.
Do you have any money?
No.
Well, it does help. Oh, here comes Hannah. Loaded up.
Cheers.
These are not rolls, these are brioche. Yeah, it's too sweet for me. It's not a real roll. If it was the Boys Brigade, it would be crispy, McGee's roll, you see. But the Scout's a bit more, yeah, sweet.
Afternoon. Right. Camera.
So what time is getting started? Just when everyone's sort of
1:10 our blowdown.
right.
Hello. Basically, we try and have as much done, or as close to everything done as possible at the last practice or two before that competition. And if the work's done and you need to go to a wet weather plan and it's, say, a 10-minute build-up.
Okay, so it's only going to go over the play for half an hour. We're actually on at 3:50, but if we meet at 3 o'clock at the back, okay, and we'll get going 10 past, quarter past the back. We'll just have half an hour. Okay, make them be fed, watered, all the rest of it.
How's
Like
this?
chicken shop day.
How's it?
It's pretty dry, isn't it, Hannah?
Was it dry, Hannah?
Yeah.
I think it's alright. Well, they were drowning it in curry sauce and I didn't want that. What's on there?
I think the standard's pretty good, a little bit dry, but we're not too bad.
It looks dry. The onions don't really look nice.
Yeah, the onions haven't got much rasp.
Do you know the what? chips look really dry.
I think that's bat. I'm not sure that's chicken.
They're like, I think.
Going into Gourock, which was the first competition of the year, I suppose some of the main aims for the band were trying to have a really, really positive start in terms of performance, getting ready a lot sooner and earlier than we have done in years gone by. Traditionally, Boghall had been a slow band at starting at the start of the season. So I suppose the first thing was putting all our efforts into delivering a performance that was competition ready, major standard ready, and also trying to give a performance that we'd worked in the practice hall, remembering all the good habits that we'd done throughout the winter, leading up to the competition.
you always forget just how biting that wind is that's down there.
Well done. We were really happy. Yeah, we were glad to get just across the line.
See when you hit that bit going into the reel, because the wind was taking you away from me, I was quite hard to hear. I was like, oh.
Very good. Very, very good. Great start to the season. Great start to the season.
It's colder than you expect with the wind down there, so it's always something that you're thinking about. But it's not easy, you know. So I think we did okay, but certainly it's just not an easy contest to manage. And I suppose with the contest like that, you always want to have the feeling that the band's just perfectly in tune the same way it is in the band hall, but the reality is that's just not going to happen. So, you know, on any given day, it's just trying to remember that you're actually in the same predicament as other bands dealing with those elements.
Let's drum corps winning the WJ Corps Shield. People sport. Second place. People sport.
Gourock was a very good day for the drum corps. We managed to get the top spot in drumming, which was great, but it wasn't that made me proud in the guys. It was actually the performance from all the little things we'd worked on in the winter, all the two-bar phrasing, the dynamic range, all the good things we'd spoke about. We managed to implement that into the performance, which was great. So we were absolutely buzzing after we came off. So we had done our job. The result was excellent, and it was a dream, of course, but it was a great moment. I loved every single minute of it.
I'd like to be. See that? Who's the guy that does the interviews and the podcasts?
Stephen Bartlett.
Stephen Bartlett. He's just so calm. The boot, Chris.
Aye, the pipes in the boot, and then she took them out and then put them back in. So.
I don't remember seeing things, do you? Well, your pipes are there, yeah.
It's excellent.
Wow. Or who's the guy? Wow.
Yeah, much better.
We'll a bit wonder and see if we've got a space up here.
The middle line.
Sounding really good, so just need to get the drones right, go in the park, have an absolute stonker. There we go, eh?
Did they ask about your stamina?
Eh?
Did they ask about your stamina?
If you count the context of that, I done an interview when we were in the kids band and I said stamina instead of stamina.
You need a lot of stamina. This is my brother. Yuck. Bye.
We'll just need to push in a wee bit so we can close that gap. Do the same thing.
Play at 3:40, 20 to 4, okay? We're behind bucking, so I want to take a first-rate performance on, so not everyone will make it on the park, I would suspect. If there's any doubt about anything, I'm just going to make some cuts, okay? We need to make sure that this performance is top draw, alright? So make sure we're there and treat this just like a championship, guys, because if we want to go into the start of the season flying, like we should be, then today this is really important, okay? Let's get a game face on and take this seriously, because we've got the potential. I've never played in a pipe corps that sounds like this. We've got the potential for something unbelievable. Okay, let's take it on. I'll see you.
Managing expectations going into Dollar as well was key. It was a key part of the message. The Monday practice after Gourock, we had a meeting as a drum corps and just said, let's remember the performance. Let's forget about the result. Remember the performance, and let's take that into Dollar next week. Feet on the ground, and don't let anyone get above their station. That was very much the message heading into Gourock.
Especially when it comes to the actual performance itself, you've always got an ensemble head on, and you just want to make sure that the back end and the front end are completely working together. And I was really quite pleased with that when we played at Dollar. And I thought we were okay at Gourock, but there was a few things that needed just tidied up here and there, maybe tempo wise, and just I thought the ensemble was pretty slick at Dollar, so that was a real box ticked.
We ran the same plan as we did at Gourock in terms of preparation and warming up times, etc. We did the exact same thing, and we went and delivered a performance which was again very, very good. Again, we were lucky enough to pick up the top prize, which was again a great confidence builder.
Chalking them off, just chalking them off.
The band feels like it's in really good shape. I don't think the performances we've put out have reflected necessarily what we're capable of. So it's a case of just looking at what we've done, trying to analyse it, and potentially get off a wee bit of ring rustiness, and get out at the first championship as strong as possible, because we're certainly in a strong position, there's no doubt about that. It's just actually taking it over the line.
When you were just the little guy, what was important to that kid?
Enjoying it, enjoying playing. I love playing. That's why I do it.
And has the meaning changed?
Yeah. This first major championship is the UK Championship.
The biggest focus will be on setup.
So you're playing for a title.
You want a clean run.
You're playing against more bands.
Realise just how important it is to have support in your pipe sergeant. If we can pull off performances that we're capable of, I mean, there's no reason that we couldn't be knocking off a championship.